The man was bitten by a zombie. He picked up a weapon to end it all, but looking at his 5-month-old daughter, his heart softened and he gave up the idea. He knew his daughter couldn't survive alone, so he has 48 hours to find a home for his daughter. On the way, the baby kept crying because she missed her mother, so the man took out his wife's perfume, sprayed a few times in the air. Surprisingly, the smell of her mother made her daughter stop crying. On the way, the man met a lost girl. She was also looking for her family, so the three embarked on a journey. However, the virus was spreading rapidly. He handed his daughter to the girl. Then he tried to restrain himself and walked away quickly. The man began to get manic and his body was out of control. I don't know how long it took. The man woke up again, only to find that his daughter was gone. He hurried to look for her, only to find that the girl had saved his daughter. There were only 2 hours left for the man. Otherwise, all three would be in danger in 2 hours. Fortunately, they found a RV. There was a lot of food on the car, but there was no trace of anyone, so he held his daughter in the woods, found a stranger digging a hole. The man excitedly asked if he could take care of my daughter, but the stranger refused him. The man then realized he was also infected with the virus, and this pit is the final destination of their family. Finally, the man left with his daughter in despair. Then gunshots rang out. They were reunited in another way. At this point, he had only 30 minutes left. The man had to walk with a crutch. Finally, he couldn't hold on any longer and fell to the ground. The man looked at the rotting meat on the ground, and the stench could attract his attention. Then look at the stick in the girl's hand. The man had an idea. He kissed his daughter for the last time, and begged the girl to protect her. After making the final farewell, the man tied the rotten meat to one end of the stick, put on a mouthguard to block his mouth, then tie his hands with a rope. With his last bit of reason, the man carried the 2 girls on his back and continued forward. This was the last thing he could do for his daughter in his life. It was also the last love he left for his daughter in this world. Until they safely reached the girl's tribe, people were shocked by the scene in front of them. The man had long lost consciousness, but still carrying out the final mission. The chief wanted to end the man's pain, but the girl stopped him. She took out the man's wife's perfume, sprayed it in front of the man. Even if he lost consciousness, he knew his daughter was safe. The man had completed his mission. Now he could finally lie down in peace. The man's wish came true. The daughter found her final home. There are kind people here. There is also a warm home. When people lifted the child's clothes, they saw the words "thank you." This is the father's heavy and great love. Also to all parents in the world, sincerely say thank you.